Hey guys, welcome to Amy's Autopsy Report. My name's Amy. This video is for Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. I hope that you are having some movie marathons. I will be putting in some Friday the 13th films. Sorry, I'm like adjusting things here. So I thought I would make a video today. I was going to do one based on the Friday the 13th movies, but I decided that everyone was probably going to do that. So I decided to switch it up and answer a question that I get pretty frequently. And that question is what movies actually scare you? So I made a list of 13 movies that actually scare me. And some of them scare me like a little bit, some of them scare me a whole lot, some of them have particular scenes that scare me. So, anyway, I made a list of 13 movies. I didn't really rank them like the number one scary movie is, although I probably could. Like, at least the top two, I could probably leave those for the very end, but. So yeah, and I know that most of the people that watch horror movies, most of the people in the horror community will always tell me, none of this stuff scares me anymore, and I was only afraid as a kid, and all that, but I still get scared. I will watch things, and I get scared, and then I don't want to take the dog outside in the dark. I don't want to get up and go to the bathroom, stuff like that. I don't want to go to bed. I have been known to text my friends and say, I just watched this movie and now I'm afraid. So, anyway, I will start with the movies that I don't actually own first, and the rest I have sitting here, and I can hold those up and as we go. So the first one I had on my list, I actually do have this one, but I red boxed some movies to Sam at Halloween Happy, and she's got it there. So, and that is Session 9. It was a movie out in '99, I believe, and it's a creepy, slow burn movie that takes place in this haunted asylum, and they find these tapes, and it is creepy. I think that pretty much everybody I know that has watched it has definitely thought it was creepy. Session 9. So if you have not seen that movie, I highly recommend. All these I recommend you see. Most of these you probably have already seen, but so Session 9 is the first one. The next one I'm going to mention is The Conjuring, and I know a lot of people said that they hated The Conjuring and they thought it was stupid and blah 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 and all that. The Conjuring freaked me out, specifically when I believe one of the kids gets grabbed by the hair and pulled and like thrown up against the wall or something. That is scary. Yeah, I was afraid, and I saw that one in the theater. The third one I'm going to bring up, which I can't believe I don't own these other two, but I will eventually get them, is The Witch. And The Witch, or The Vitch, however you want to say it, is definitely a love-hate kind of a situation for a lot of people. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people thought it was stupid. I thought it was an amazing slow burn horror movie. And for me, the payoff was good. The payoff creeped me out. There were a lot of subtle things throughout the movie that I felt were really creepy. The all the stuff in the woods. The woods is always a scary place, I think. The stuff in the woods freaked me out. The stuff with Black Phillip freaked me out. Just the whole thing, I felt very unsettled, I guess you could say. And then for me, the payoff was huge, and it was well executed, in my opinion. And I loved that movie. So those are the three I don't actually own. So, next on the list, I might as well go with Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers freaks me out because of the truck scene in the beginning when the creeper's in that big, massive truck and he's trying to run those two kids down. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen Jeepers Creepers. If you have not, you definitely should. I love the Jeepers Creepers movies. The first one's definitely scarier than the second one. And the idea that the creeper can fly and I mean that's scary. So yeah, the creeper is scary to me. Um, Next up is Ringu, or The Ring. This is the Japanese version. The American version is actually pretty creepy too, and they did a really good job with that first Japanese remake of The Ring. But the original is, I feel like, better, and it's definitely creeps me out. I remember the first time I saw this at my friend's house, and I was just like, oh my God, at that one scene, which I'm not going to mention because if you haven't seen The Ring, you need to see The Ring. Good stuff. Um, yeah, this movie freaked me out for a long, long time, and it still freaks me out, I think. Um, yeah, The Ring. Definitely check out the Japanese version and the American one. The American one's good too. So I guess we should go with my clown selections. I'm afraid of clowns. Pretty much everybody knows that knows me, and so this movie is definitely on the list. And Tim Curry's portrayal as Pennywise the clown is unbelievable, and this movie scared the crap out of me because of him. The ending is not good. I think everybody knows that, but for me, the rest of the movie is so good, and he's so freaky as the clown that it doesn't even matter. The ending doesn't even matter. I don't even think about the ending. I think of the rest of the film, and yeah, this one definitely creeps me out, and still creeps me out when I watch it. So yeah, and they're remaking that, and I'm excited to give that a watch. Actually, I think the clown makeup looks amazing that they're doing for the new movie, and if nothing else, I'll probably still be afraid of the clown. The next one is Clown by Eli Roth. Um, some people didn't like this movie, but I actually really loved this movie. This movie freaked me out. I mean, it scared me. I don't know if it would scare anybody else that's not afraid of clowns, but yeah, this creeped me out. It was particularly brutal, which I wasn't expecting. And yeah, Clown, Eli Roth's Clown. Definitely recommend this one. Um, I remember like not having a problem going to sleep after I watched this because I was like afraid that this thing was somewhere in my house. Yeah. Okay, so next up, Candyman. Um, Candyman is a freaky movie. Particularly one of the scenes that still gives me the chills is when Helen is in the parking garage and he's in the parking. Candyman's in the parking garage too, and you just hear him going Helen in his like low Tony Todd Candyman voice, and that freaks me out. Yeah. Candyman is a scary movie. Plus, when I was a kid, there were always these urban legends of Bloody Mary. Like if you said Bloody Mary however many times in the mirror, she'd come out and pull your eyes out of your head or something like that. And yeah, so that always freaked me out as a kid, that urban legend. So Candyman is definitely one that freaks me out. But I love this movie. It's such an amazing movie. Next up is a film I just watched the other day, actually. And I was pleasantly surprised. I did not expect this movie to be as good as it was, and that is Dead End. This movie is, I was going to do a review on it, and I just didn't get around to doing it, but I highly recommend you check this one out. It revolves around this family that are heading back to the wife's mother's house for Christmas. So it is kind of a Christmassy type of movie. And the dad takes a shortcut, and he takes a shortcut, and it turns into this like never-ending road, and all of these things start happening. People start dying, and it was creepy. It creeped me out. and yeah, anything that has to do with like time altering, because there were things in this movie that that seemed like, time was being altered at some points, and that always freaks me out. This has Ray Wise in it, which I don't know if you can see That's him there. He played Leland Palmer in Twin Peaks, and Lynn Shay is in this movie. If you watch this for no other reason, you need to watch this for Lynn Shay and Ray Wise's performances, because their performances were so good. I feel like Lynn Shay is like, she can play scary, a crazy person to a T. It's amazing, and she's not crazy in this one, but she definitely has some issues. So, Dead End, highly recommend this one. This one creeped me out. I have a feeling it would creep me out if I watched it again. Thinking about it creeps me out. So yeah, Dead End, check it out. This is also pretty cheap on Amazon, and I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime if you have Prime. Next up is Pet Sematary. Anything that has to do with the cemetery generally scares me. Things with corpses in the cemetery, anything like that freaks me out. And this, I mean, and if you've seen this, you know what's scary about it. It's scary to everybody, I think. Zelda, the sister. I know Joe's afraid of that, or used to be. Yeah, that was freaky. Zelda, the sister. Just all of it. This movie is very creepy. I was creeped out like the first time I ever watched it. I don't think I was very old when I saw this. I'm trying to remember. This is 1989, so yeah, I wasn't too old when I saw this. So yeah, this movie creeps me out. I'm sure everybody's seen Pet Sematary. The last three movies, I would say, have haunted me for the longest amount of time. And one of those is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the original. The remake is actually really good also. I have the remake too. And I do like the remake, but the remake doesn't scare me. This one scares me. This is the one that is scary. And I feel like there's so many things about this movie that freak me out. The brutality of it, the fact that the victims are so undeserving of what they get. Most of the time when you have a lot of victims in horror movies, you're kind of like, yeah, good. This person needs to die because I'm sick of them. But these people just sort of, they don't even know what's coming, and then it's terrible. So, yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Plus, like, Gunnar Hansen was huge. I think Gunnar Hansen was in this one. Yeah, he was in the original. Gunnar Hansen was so huge that it was just such a menacing character, and for him to have a chainsaw and to be just flailing it around like a wild person, yeah, that freaked me out. It still freaks me out. I don't hardly ever watch this movie because of that. I do occasionally, and then I am like super afraid afterwards. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I also have almost zero Leatherface collectibles because of this. So that's that. The next one is Phantasm. And I only have it on this VHS copy that my friend Mark sent me, where he did this amazing artwork here. Phantasm, The Tall Man, Angus Scrimm. Like I said, anything that has to do with the cemetery, the morgue, the funeral parlor, any of that freaks me out. And The Tall Man, I'm telling you what, I have had more nightmares about The Tall Man than probably any other horror character in in all the horror movies I've ever watched. I dream about the tall man on a regular basis, and even when I watch this movie, like, now, it still freaks me out, and I still dream about the tall man. I'm afraid to go outside to take the dog out. I'm afraid I'm going to hear his shoes clicking down my street in the middle of the night. Yeah. Phantasm freaks me out, but I watched this one a lot, actually, and I saw this one pretty young. But I always was freaked out by Phantasm. And yeah, definitely up there on the movies that scare me the most is Phantasm. And last, but certainly not least, this movie, I believe this movie was in 1989. I'm not positive. and that's The Hitcher. This is the original Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer. This movie still freaks me out. I would probably, I guess, I would say that this movie, Phantasm, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre are the ones that actually still make me like the most afraid. So yeah, The Hitcher. If you've never seen the original Hitcher, I've not ever seen the remake. I've heard it's decent. But if you've never seen the original, it's worth seeing for Rutger Hauer's performance. I saw this pretty young, and I remember like it really freaked me out. This movie freaked me out so much that I didn't even watch any other movies with Rutger Hauer in them until like 5 years ago. So, yeah, if you haven't seen The Hitcher, it is definitely a good one. Yeah, just this cover brings back memories because I used to see it in the video store all the time, and yeah, this movie freaked me out big time. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Those are 13 movies that freak me out, that still scare me actually. And yeah, leave me a comment below if any of these movies also scare you, or what movie scares you. Leave me a comment below for that. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you have a great Friday the 13th, and you watch some Jason Voorhees, and head on out to Camp Crystal Lake. If you want to, you can follow me on Instagram at Amy's Autopsy Report. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.